Hello guys, cheers for checking back. We've already done with the Australian leg of the 2016 World Tour. That means 3 events in. Finally our 4th stop at Rio De Janeiro in Brazil. The Rio event is going to run between the 10th and the 21st of May. This video is looking at my fantasy surfer selections. I'm going to do like I've done for the last couple of events, where this is going to be a general review looking at my general picks for Rio. Obviously at the moment we don't know what the surf's going to be like, so nearer the time, once we've got a look at what the surf's going to be like, I'll do another video updating you guys what the surf's going to be like and what my final picks are based on that. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, things like that as well. I'll put links in the description below, and I'll keep you up to date with any very last minute changes which come out with wildcards and things like that, because that's another thing we're not certain of yet. So this video is solely to deal with the break at Barra de Tijuca and my top fancy surfer picks. So first, as I say, I'm going to do this video based on the event running at Barra de Tijuca. At the moment there's no certainty on where the event is going to run. It's starting to look like it'll run there, but as anyone I know who keeps their eye on the surf media, there's quite well publicised sewage problems at the break, and sort of towards the back end of last year when a lot of this came out in the press, mainly to do with the Olympics going there, there was talk about the event being moved. As far as I gather, it will be running at Barra de Tijuca though. The WSL currently have that as the spot named on their break guide. I've seen people saying as well that the scaffoldings started to be erected at the usual event site, so everything points towards it being held in the usual place. Barra de Tijuca is primarily a beach break. It's fairly similar to those of the European leg. It can offer barrels, walls, air sections, so you need to make sure your team's quite versatile. When it gets above 4 to 5 feet, there are 2 slabs which can break a bit further out, providing a bit heavier, steeper, hollower waves. Again, really stressing, but you need quite a versatile team to do well at Brazil, and also a bit of luck. In any conditions where it's very changeable, the surfers that do well tend to vary, so you really need to be lucky with your picks, but you can help yourself by paying a lot of attention to the type of surf we're going to have to try and narrow down the type of waves we're going to see in the event. Most of the surfing what we've done is likely to be on the beach break rather than the slabby waves. The beach in itself, as I say, does offer barrels, steep faces for manoeuvres and air sections as well. So whilst there's not an awful lot of certainty in the type of waves we're likely to see, and it's something we're going to have to look at a lot over time, the one thing that can be certain is that the Brazilian fans are fanatical and will no doubt be out in numbers on the beach like they have been in previous years to support their surfers. The Brazilian storm is stronger than ever and they've got loads to scream about. With that in mind, let's have a look at my picks for 2016. My first pick reflects that. It's Italo Ferreira. He reached the semis in 2015 and he's currently 3rd in the world rankings. He obviously wasn't on the CT before then, so he's got a great track record as far as we've seen him in Rio, performing in front of his home crowd, and this year with him being so high at the rankings as well, really expecting him to put in a good showing. Felipe Toledo is another Brazilian I want in my team. He's had great results there, quarterfinals in 2013, winning in 2015. The blip he had in 2014 was down to B. Durbridge taking him out when the ocean went flat on him towards the end of the heat. So he's got a great track record there. He's got local knowledge being from Brazil, he's got the fans behind him. Great pick for your team. My next pick is Matty Wilkinson, not done too well there in the past. 2013, 2014, quite early exits. 2015 though did pretty well, reaching the semi-finals. We all know though with Matty Wilkinson now that 2016 is a different year. He's a different surfer entirely, surfing really smartly, and I actually see this being another event that he could put onto his winning list for 2016. Another thing worth noting is in 2 of the last 3 years he had been taken out by Bede Durbridge. Bede, as we all know, is injured, get well soon Bede, but without Bede in the event, Wilco's nemesis out of the event, who's to stop him going from taking the win? Next up, Jordy Smith. Previously won the event in 2013 and finishing the quarters in 2014. I think at Margaret River he looked really strong. He's come back from his injury and he means business this year. In 2015, despite exiting early, in his round 2 heat where he ultimately lost to Ricardo Christie, he was counting on an 8 where he airdropped straight from the top of the wave straight into the barrel. He just didn't manage to back that up significantly. His current form from Margaret River though looks really good, and his previous years at Rio suggest that he likes the wave and surfs well there, so he's definitely a pick for me. He's one of those versatile surfers who can barrel, turn and air. John Foran's a previous winner back in 2012. Again, such a versatile surfer, barrels, turns and airs. Whatever you throw at him, he can do it. He's got a slightly more concentrated mindset as well in 2016, so I think he's a great pick. Kyle Webeli, despite being his first year on the CT, he's performing really well so far. He also formally won the World Juniors in 2011 at Rio against a stacked field including Jack Freestone, Felipe Toledo and Italo Ferreira, and obviously comfortable in front of his home crowd, and I expect him to put on a good showing this year. Next up, Josh Kerr. Despite him putting in what I class for him as a pretty poor result at Margaret River, I'm still optimistic about how he'll perform at Rio. He's got pretty good previous form there, reaching quarters and round 4 in the last couple of years, and again he fits perfectly into that category of surfers that can ride the barrel, do big airs and big turns when necessary. So he's another good selection, bearing in mind that the event's probably going to be held in a selection of different types of wave. And finally, to round out my team, Sebastian Zietz. He quartered there in 2013, 2014, he's coming off the back of a win and looking at it like an entirely different surfer this year. I'm really expecting him to perform well for most of the year, and he's obviously got a good track record at Rio. So that's my top picks for Rio. Chances are you're not going to have them all in the same categories or be able to afford them all on the Surfer Mag version. So once we get nearer the event, we know what the surf's going to be like. I'll do another video looking at what the surf's going to be like and finalising my team and sharing that with you guys so you can use it to help you pick your teams too. I also want to just look quickly at some guys to avoid, and they're all people who I'd actually expect to normally surf well there, and I did actually consider them putting in my team. It wasn't until I was looking back at previous year's results that all of them have performed terribly at Rio in the past. Firstly, Julian Wilson, a guy who I'd really expect to perform quite well at Rio, sort of way that suits him, barrels, turns, airs, he's got it all. Yeah, in the last 3 years he's never made it past round 3, so on previous form alone, avoid like the plague. And next, the 2 Brazilian world champions, Adriano de Souza and Gabriel Medina, guys you'd really expect to perform well in a wave like this, have shocking results there in the last 3 years anyway. I didn't look too far back because once you start doing that you're not looking at how they're surfing at the moment, but in the last 3 years the only time either of them have performed well is in 2013. Both 14 and 15 really poor results, so again on previous form, avoid. Cheers for watching guys. As I say, I'll be doing another video looking at what my final team are, so please subscribe to my channel so you get notification of that video once it's up. If you've got any thoughts on the event, your fantasy picks, let us know in the comments below, and if you appreciate these videos sharing the team with you, please press the like button. If you'd rather get in touch through other social media, I'll put links in the description below, so please get in touch. It's really interesting sharing comments with you. See you soon, cheers for watching.